What is going on, everyone? And thank you for joining me today. As you can see, we're here on the beautiful Naples Pier, and I'm going to be answering the top 5 questions that I get asked all the time. And as you guys can see, I'm out here enjoying the beautiful sun today, walking around with Kenny the cameraman and just getting to know these really nice people out here in this beautiful environment. As you can see, we got the pelicans fishing, and we got people out here casting nice and early in the daytime. But is it always like this? Well, today I'm going to answer 5 questions that you guys, as viewers of this channel, are probably dying to find out, because maybe you're considering moving to Naples, or maybe you just want to come down here for the weekend. But eventually, if you come here, guys, I promise you, you won't want to leave. So let's get the video started right now. What's going on, everyone, and thank you for tuning in today. It's been just a little over a year that I've been living here in Naples, and I've been getting flooded with a lot of the same questions, believe it or not. Stay tuned for my 1-year review of living in Naples, but in this video, I'm going to cover the most 5 popular questions that I get asked all of the time. Let's go ahead and jump right into the content, as I know that you guys are dying to hear what I have to say. The first thing I want to talk to you guys about today is, what can you actually afford here in Naples? Since I know you've heard that Naples is a very upscale town. If it's not 100% necessary for you to live by the beach, then you can get some pretty good deals. You can be maybe 30 or 45 minutes away and get new constructions for under $500,000, believe it or not, with a couple of acres. But right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick look at something I created, which I'm gonna link down below so you guys can have access to it. Just go ahead and follow the link and it'll take you right there. It's actually a zip code breakdown of the average cost of real estate in all parts of Naples. So let me go ahead and jump into that with you right now. So as you can see here, we have the most expensive zip code in Naples, which is the 34102, which is right along the water here. It's got some really magnificent condos and spectacular homes. The average home in that area is going to be $2.3 million. Now, this list I made about 2 months ago, so the prices might have fluctuated a little bit since then. But that is the zip code that if you ballers out there want to get something really, really nice with a spectacular view, well, that's the place you should be looking in. But if you're looking for something that is going to be more price friendly and maybe just like your first time home, then you may want to look in the 34112 zip code. In that zip code, you're going to see that there's homes that are still under 300,000, maybe not too many. The only ones I've seen so far recently have been fixer-uppers. You're probably going to see homes that are more likely in the range of 300,000 to 500,000 in that area, and you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck. Now, keep in mind, those homes are a little bit older, maybe a little dilapidated, but it's still an area that's not far from the beach, and you can still be just minutes away from downtown. There's a lot of other zip codes here. As a matter of fact, Naples has just about 13 zip codes, as you can see here. So if you want to do more research on that, you can go ahead and look up each zip code and see where they're at in the map to see if that's a location where you'd want to be. Now let's go ahead and move on to question number 2. So a lot of you want to know, okay, you've told us about some of the schools, but I'm going to break it down a little bit more deep today. I'm going to give you guys not only what the best schools are in Naples for elementary and high schools and all of that nature, because we have a lot of schools here. So if you just hop over to greatschools.org, the link is down below, you can see here, like I've mentioned before in my previous video, that Mason Classical is probably the best school here for pretty much all grade levels in Naples, Florida. But it is an academy, and you do have to qualify or win a lottery to be accepted into this school. But it does go from K to 12. Take a look at Rating Snapshot, which is a little bit different because this actually gives you the ratings from all the teachers, all the students, and the parents who have had experiences with these schools. And then you also have the test scores. The test scores are really important, and not only that, but it also breaks down what percentage of kids are low income, African American, Asian, Hispanic, and white. If that's an important thing to you, if you want diversity, you can go ahead and take a look at all of these schools and see how they fare. Mason Classical seems to be 10 out of 10 all across. And as you can see, there is still a very good percentage of low-income students here, which is good because you want to have everybody have an equal opportunity to get the best education. Some of these here are rated a little bit lower, which are still not terrible schools. From what I've learned here from people I've talked to who've grown up in Naples, you really can't find a bad school in Naples. If you have a lower test grades, even if you have a lower ratings, they're still very good schools comparative to what else is out there anywhere else in Florida or even the rest of the United States. So now let's move on to the third question that I get asked all the time. Well, maybe it's not a question as so much as it is a statement. A lot of people say that Naples is only for the nearly dead or the newly wed. which means that it's not a great place for singles. It's more of a place where you come and spend your golden years, or maybe the years right before you pass away, or it's a place where you raise a family, which in a lot of sense is true. This place is really great for that. For singles, it's probably not the best place. You can probably go to better places where you can meet a younger demographic, such as Tampa, such as Miami. Here in Naples, you're gonna see that the majority of people here are a little bit on the older side, and it's more family oriented. So for instance, let me give you an example of some of the statistics here. So for instance, you can see here that the population in Naples is 22,206 people in 2021. Why this is important is because it has only grown by a fraction of a percent in the last 1 year. What this means is that there's a ton of people, there's undeniably a ton of people moving into Naples, a lot of young families coming into Naples, but the population hasn't grown. It's only grown by, as you can see here, very, very slightly from 2019 at 22,100 population to 22,206. So what this is telling me is that a lot of the older population here is, sad to say, but they're dying off, and some of the younger families are coming in here and they're taking up residence here. So it's slowly but surely going to start leveling out and maybe coming down into the lower 60s or maybe into the higher 50s within the next 10 years. That's just the way I'm seeing things. So Naples is quickly transforming into that. The fourth question that I get asked a lot, guys, is the weather. Is it all hurricanes here? Is the humidity unbearable? Well, I'll be honest with you guys, a few months out of the year, it's pretty damn hot. As you can see that the sun is shining, it's beautiful. I'm on the beach today, and it's probably about 80 degrees right now at just about 9:45, 10 o'clock in the morning. So if you're into weather like that, guys, it's pretty much like that 9 to 10 months out of the year. 2 months out of the year, it's pretty hot down here. It's pretty hot. It's to the point where you're probably gonna have 95-degree days with almost 100% humidity, and you're gonna get rain pretty much consistently throughout those months. But if you're able to put up with those 2 months, the rest of the year is beautiful. I'll tell you right now, today, it was probably 68, 70 degrees this morning when the sun first came up, and then it transitioned into a nice warm day. You can be out here with a t-shirt. You could even throw on a light jacket if you have to. And as far as hurricanes go, well, hurricanes, guys, are really not something I've experienced since I've been here. We've actually had more hurricanes in different parts of the Northeast, such as New Jersey and New York and Connecticut, since I've been here, and we haven't had a single one here yet. Okay, so the final question that I get asked all the time is, what is it like to live in a tourist town? So for a lot of you, you guys come here on vacation and you fall in love, just like I did, and you fall in love with the city, the people, just everything about Naples that there is. So does that wear off? Is that a feeling that kind of you get, and you get all nostalgic when you come back because you feel really good while you're on vacation, but then it kind of wanes away and the reality hits you that it's just mundane life, just like anywhere else? Well, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I've been here just over a year and change, but I've met other people who have lived here 10, 20, 30 years, and it still hasn't worn off on them. I met a lady who I had lunch with one day who told me she's been here over 20 years, and every day she wakes up and she feels like she's in paradise. To be honest with you guys, it does wear off a little bit. Waking up every day to beautiful weather gives you a sense of motivation that I guess you really can't put into words, and you really can't express unless you experience it for yourselves. Naples works very hard to keep this a small city, a quaint town. Even though it's grown a lot from what I've heard from the natives, it still has that feeling that it's very much a small town, very upscale small town, and almost like a paradise for a lot of people to escape to, because when you're used to living in a big city, well, this kind of feels like a paradise. So hopefully that answers your question, guys, about living in a tourist town, but I know you probably have several more. So I'm gonna have links to all of the other videos that we've covered on my channel where we go deeper into each one of these topics. And additionally, we'll be doing videos in the future that are gonna go really in depth on what it's like to live here in Naples, such as the best restaurants, things to do, and just some amazing people that you might bump into here on the streets of Naples. Well, let me just tell you, if you guys are thinking about moving down here, I'll be happy to help you out, or someone on my team would be happy to assist you. And if there's a house that you have to sell in another state, well, we can help you there too, as we have team members all over the country. And if you're a real estate agent that's considering making a move down here, I'd love to talk to you, because we have a dynamic team and a dynamic model that would definitely benefit every single real estate agent. And if you guys are interested in supporting this channel, don't forget to check out the links down below. And if you guys want to see more videos from us, well, click one of the ones on the screen right now. I'll see you over there in just a few seconds. Thank you, I love you, and I will see you next time.